wanted to start each episode inside Henry's head. There are some things to say about the inside of a man's head, especially a middle-aged man's head, that you can't stop the plot for. It's the way Henry sees men and thinks about men, as his little fantasies in the supermarket. It's kind of calm, measured moment where you get to know Henry and you get to understand him and you get to recognise, I hope, exactly what he's thinking, and then bam, titles, plot, woof, off you go. So a moment's grace before the madness.
Today we're in the supermarket, and it's a weird sort of set really, because it's not a real place in some ways. It's almost like the place where Henry goes to think. All of these shots that we're doing will be accompanied by Henry's voiceover, which is what he's truly thinking. And it includes the very opening of the entire series, where Henry explains why the series is called Cucumber and why bananas and tofu play such an important role in the show as a whole.
One of my favourite things in the world is supermarket shopping. I love it. But what I hate in supermarkets is, other people, customers, running into you with trolleys and you apologise. So this is brilliant because we've built a complete supermarket. We've got everything. And I thought when they said we were going to build a supermarket, I thought there'd be a deli counter because there has to be for the story. And then maybe there'd be some fruit and veg and a little row like this. But we've got several aisles, we've got a chiller section at the end, all the signage and everything. It's just brilliant. It's like when you were a kid, you could buy a toy sweet shop or a toy supermarket. We've got one of those, but it's massive.
It was decided quite early on that it would probably be better to build a section of a supermarket and try and get the scale within a set rather than going to an actual one, which obviously became quite complicated. The first process was actually sitting down with Matt, the producer and director, and just working out what it is exactly we needed to tell the story, and working out what we could afford to do for the budget, and just exactly how to fit it all in and make it look like a real supermarket.
We've got the biggest range of fruit teas ever in the supermarket, and then next to them, just perched on the top, peach slices and mandarin segments. A little bit, as my kids would say, a bit random.
So Rita, who was the buyer on this, she contacted a load of product placement people and managed to get an infinite amount of product that has obviously enabled this to look as full as it does, and even down to some of the counters which came from product placement.
Bless Linda McCartney and her meat-free range. Thank you very much, Linda McCartney, for all your packaging. This, of course, isn't really frozen, so they're just boxes. Because if they weren't just boxes, it would now smell to high heaven.
Just getting little bits and pieces that you have to spend quite a long time in supermarkets looking for to make sure that you can then implement that into this set, just to give it that sort of section of a supermarket and get it right.
They've got Manchester blend coffee. What, in the name of all that's holy, is Manchester blend coffee? I'm not going to go at Manchester, but it's not famous for its beans, except unless they're in a tin with tomato sauce. Coffee. I'm going to leave you now.